From the Greek freak running the entire court to block a man's lights out, to a double block that will stand the test of time forever, to the world's first 360 block, these are some of the most epic monster blocks the NBA has ever seen. So get your head in the game and let's do this. Our first block of the night comes from none other than Zion Williamson. This man's speed, agility, and power make him a true enigma in the sport. He looks like a bodybuilder on the track team when he moves. I have no idea where he's generating all of this agility while being 285 pounds, but some people get all the look. Point is, beating him is tough, and my guy DiVincenzo proved this point very, very well. In a perfect world, it would have been a sublime layup if it wasn't for Zion, who switched his sporting vocation and decided to play volleyball instead. He smacked the ball so hard it decided to jump off the backboard to get away from the abuse. In fact, I was able to get in contact with the ball that Zion attacked, and he's healing pretty well, and he's in good spirits. We'll leave his GoFundMe in the comments. Speaking of basketball abuse, I think it's time we give our sympathies to the backboard. Day in and day out, it just gets slapped and smacked without anybody caring the least about how it feels. This block from Josh Smith was no exception. I mean, he came all the way from the three-point arc, and just as Bosh was about to slam the ball, he made a sublime block. It was clear that Smith was on a real mission. He smacked the ball with such precise energy that the ball had nowhere else to go but down. My man turned Bosh into Posh, Spice, with that block. Not only was the block beautiful, but it actually turned into an extended play as it led to a basket. Now that's how you play basketball. But before we move on, if you know any other backboards that have been victims of abuse, please call 1-800-BACKBOARD. That's 1-800-BACKBOARD. They are awaiting your call. Let's do our part to keep backboards safe. While we continue our fight to keep backboards and basketball safe, we will never be able to save a player's pride when they get embarrassed by one of the best, LeBron King James. After a bad pass, LeBron took it upon himself to make things right as he ran down on dude who stole the ball, catching him right at the stoplight. You could tell the player knew what was about to happen, but decided to get some heart and face the inevitable anyway. He ran head-to-head with the king and got beheaded. And again, let's pray for those poor backboards. Our next block was a rundown of epic proportions thanks to fan favorite, the Greek Freak. This block took place when he was just a wee lad in the game, low haircut and all. At the start, it looked like there was about to be a dope offensive play afoot. But no, not on Giannis's watch. The man came full court and stalked the player like a gazelle in the safari. Real National Geographic type-ish going on here, man. Don't you just love when dunkers try to go in for the kill and then their plans get folded in midair? I guess we all got a little hater in us, huh? Speaking of hate, I believe that is the exact emotion that Tracy Mcgrady had for Kobe after his lovely finesse of a block. Bro pulled up at the three-point line and took his time like he was the only man on the court, and the Black Mamba slithered his way behind T-Mac and treated the basketball like the back of your little brother's neck. I mean, Tracy did everything right. The only thing he failed to do was realize that Kobe was on the court, and when he's on the court, he's a heat-seeking missile. The block wasn't even a turnover, but it served as a reminder that you better come correct at all times. And if you don't know, now you know, player. My guy Green teamed up with Kawhi like Gohan and Trunks for an incredible block. It's unfortunate that Tatum had to be the subject of such a case study. The study being, are two hands greater than one? I believe you will find that this study shall indeed be closed because, duh. Tatum is a legend for sure. He's one of the best in the business and has a bright future, but he's gonna have to learn to expand his vision. I mean, Green and Kawhi were watching him like a hawk, and then right when he was least expecting it, they swooped down on him like two vultures on a carcass. If this happens again, we're gonna have to change bruh last name from Tatum to Taters, cause he gonna start looking like food, and that's real. See, when we talk about birds, I don't know about you, but I start to think about this next player because he stays in the air so long, I believe his arms are really just the sky's wings. That boy Morant be soaring, man. Not only can he dunk with power, but he can block with the best of them. This rejection is proof. I don't know if he was trying to block a shot or if he was filming a commercial for jetpacks before the CGI was edited in. It's safe to say that Ja definitely does his own stunts though. At this point, I really believe if he puts on some extra pounds and muscle, he could have a future in the NFL as a wide receiver or cornerback with the way he can hit the air and make plays. He really is a spectacle. On this next block, our friendly neighborhood six-man Andre Iguodala just didn't get the memo. He was going for a dunk instead of realizing it wasn't time for that. It was time for some camaraderie, because when you see this block, it's clear to me his opponent was trying to make friends and was going in for a two-hand mid-air high five. Andre spit on that man's attempt at a bromance and paid the price dearly. Look, I've heard of the saying, like talking to a brick wall, but after this block, I think we need to add another one to the lexicon, like walking into a brick wall. Got a nice ring to it, don't it? Yep, I know. And we have Iguodala to thank for it. Another person I want to thank is Westbrook for this next block. It was masterful. He didn't even have to run fast or use much energy. He just had the perfect pacing and precision. This one was tactical, for sure. He was following bruh full court side by side like they were on the same team, and he was waiting to get the ball passed to him. But you see, the backboard got some heart and decided to fight back after all that abuse he had to face. Westbrook did the board dirty, and he said, okay, you want to play that game? I'm going to pass the ball to the other team. And the dunk was the result, which almost negates the block, but it was still too beautiful to ignore. And this block right here, man, if you try to ignore this greatness, you might just be the greatest hater in the history of man. What you are about to see is a 360 block. I didn't even know such a thing was possible until I saw it with my own eyes. Jalen Green brought the dunk contest to the defense with this one. How does one even begin to do such a thing? Not to mention, this more than likely wasn't intentional.